for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
On second down at 4, Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game wall. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On third down, it's Wise, and he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Here's Allen. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
On 1st down. Kitchen, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throw left side complete. That's McGee. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Off-play action, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's McGee. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Alexander. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Wise. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Fields now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wise, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here we go on 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. In his own end zone, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. They complete it to Hill. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now a give right side. Kitchen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we... Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On play action, Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. On play action, Allen. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Slot man moves right. A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Allen now on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Allen. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. In motion, Hill. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And going deep for Hill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Caleb Farley. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
3rd and long. It's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Alexander. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
The 20, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Allen. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Fields. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Back to throw, Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams.
Shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Allen going to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on first down is Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From his goal line here, Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. 30. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Kitchen. He finds some open field hit. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Take it in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 with a 46.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here.
Really?
Put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Up the middle they go. Wise. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Alexander. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wise. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Kitchen. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down. Kitchen. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They'll try and run. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The center receiver in motion to the right.
To throw is Fields.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. 35 yards.
And the Dolphins are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Dolphins 56, Cowboys 28.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Let's go.
One final try here for Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On first down, Allen. And now here is another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces